industry. We'll see. That's all. Yeah. You'd have to travel thousands of miles to find somebody who hasn't heard of Snoop Dogg. More people know of Snoop Dogg than Santa Claus. Probably leaving cookies and a blunt out every Christmas Eve, hoping Snoop Dogg will come visit them because Santa Claus just isn't as cool. But not many people know that Snoop Dogg is actually a Twitch streamer as well, and I would argue one of the best the platform has to offer. I myself stream on Twitch every single day, twitch.tv/moistcritical, but only in my wettest of dreams could I imagine myself being as great of a streamer as Snoop Dogg. He's pretty active. In the last 4 days, he's streamed 3 times. All 3 times it's been Madden, and every single time it's been with no audio. And Snoop Dogg, I don't think, knows that there's a chat feature because he's never once even accidentally glanced at the chat during a stream. If I didn't know any better, I'd say like his computer just gets hacked by the NSA sometimes and they click go live without him knowing about it. So for 3 days now, he has streamed with no audio, and the chat just erupts with people trying their best to let him know that there's no audio, spamming emojis of like a microphone with an X through it, just anything they can, hoping to just kind of catch his attention. It's all in vain. It's like a nightmare where you're like shouting, but they just keep walking and it's real fucking sad. You'll also notice when you go to Snoop Dogg's page, the title has also never changed in the entire time he's been on Twitch. So I'm guessing whenever the account was made, they put this title for Snoop and he just never bothered to ever change it. So he'll just click go live by accident or just because and then just never do anything else. He also never puts a category when he streams. So when he's playing Madden or something, it's never in the Madden category. It's in like this void, like purgatory. So like all of his streams are isolated. Go out of your way to find. So even when you're following Snoop Dogg's channel, sometimes you just don't see it. It's not. It's incredible. And now I'm not like muting the audio here myself or anything. This is his stream. This is the stream experience. It's just pure silence. It's like going into a sensory deprivation, but somehow even lonelier. It's been 4 days now. I don't know if it's ever going to be fixed. This may just be the Snoop Dogg signature stream from now on. Just complete silence, no audio. And honestly, he's true to his word. The title always says he doesn't stream like everyone else. And god damn it, he's right. Now the muted audio trend is new for Snoop Dogg, but when he did stream with audio, he was no stranger to a few viral clips. Let me show you a couple of bangers from the past here. This just goes to show that no matter how successful you are, sometimes a game can just bring the demon out of you. The gamer rage takes over. It's embedded deep into the DNA of all Madden and then leaves the room forgetting to turn off the stream. So the stream ran for 8 hours with nobody there and nothing on screen except for the no signal thing, which to be fair is still more fun to watch than the new Space Jam movie. Where he comes back and notices that he's still streaming, but it's hard to know for sure, because this isn't the only time it's happened. A couple of times Snoop Dogg has been streaming without him ever even being there, so I feel like there's some kind of poltergeist event going on there, some paranormal activity, like a ghost is clicking go live on his computer while he's not there just to prank him, because like sometimes he'll just have a fucking stream going and he's never even been there that whole time, and then sometimes he just forgets to turn it off. It's happened a few times. Like when you do a Snoop Dogg stream, you will probably see the Elgato no signal screen more than you'll actually see Snoop Dogg. says it all. He doesn't stream like everybody else. It is a totally different and unique approach to streaming that I've never seen before. If fucking Jeffrey Bezos himself went into Snoop Dogg's chat and donated $50 million, Snoop Dogg would never see it. He would never even know it happened. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. So yeah,
There's so many things in this world that can make you frown. Undercooked meat, getting a porta potty tipped over on you while you're inside, just to name a couple. I want to give you something that can make you smile. One of those public nuisance streamers whose whole existence revolves around making everyone's lives around them worse as their content has just been arrested. 2023 has actually been a pretty solid year for hates getting thrown in the slam, finally facing some real repercussions for their awful behavior and unbelievable cringe, such as the streamer Johnny Somali, who is still currently in jail in Japan right now, God bless. Now, I haven't seen a follow-up to the individual we're going to talk about right now, so I'm going to delve into fantasy like it's the fucking Magic Treehouse here. In my little headcanon fanfic, he is currently sitting in his prison cell, blubbering his little eyes out like a fish. And this clip actually makes me extremely happy. It reminds me that Christmas is right around the corner because it gets me in a joyful spirit. And just as old Saint Nicholas taught us, it's better to give than to receive. So I wanted to give you all the gift of a nice ear-to-ear grin as we watch this insufferable asshole get arrested, but also what led up to it.
Hey, listen up. You look so cute and you look so delectable. I want to put you on a plate and just eat you up. How about that? What's your name, baby? No, you're sorry. You're sorry you can't get with a hunk like me. You're sorry you're stuck with a cuck that you fucking cheat on. You record the videos of you sucking off other guys and he wants to see that shit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
This guy's voice sounds like someone doing an impression of a Redditor. He's got that quintessential nasally loser voice, and clearly he knows he's not actually going to end up getting this girl's number or anything like that. He's being as abrasive as possible because it's content for his stream to entertain them by just going up and harassing women as much as possible. Admittedly, this guy's also self-aware enough to recognize that he is a creep, but instead of doing anything to fix that and better himself, he's more than happy to lean into it as much as possible to become the ultimate creep. He has adopted it as his only personality trait, being a loveless, sexless loser, and tries to make a career out of it. He is actually striving to be a professional dumpster for everyone in the chat to spit in and laugh at. It is pathetic. Dude's out here more dripless than I am, by the way. He's out here rocking a yellow t-shirt, bright yellow, looking like Curious George's friend, the man in the yellow jacket. Goober's also got some of the worst posture I've ever seen in public. He's more hunched over than that iconic photo of Goat in a forest. So I already know when he's not out in public harassing people for his stream, he's inside on the computer doom scrolling the internet, rotting and withering away. Now, of course, I'm not usually one to criticize posture, but sometimes when I'm streaming, I get fucking punched right up against the monitor. When I'm out in public, I'm self-aware enough to recognize that you gotta straighten that shit up.
And that happens regularly, right? Tell me I'm right on the money or not. Tell me, okay, listen up, baby. I'm so sorry. You know, I really tried.
It's so cute how he also has a friend with him that's doing the same thing, but from a distance, kind of whispering it to stream, just insulting the girl for the audience. What an unbelievable power couple of fucking douchebags.
I don't want to bother you guys. I'm not trying to be creepy in any way. Can I get like one of your numbers? Meet up. Oh, so I can't take you out or do anything like that?
Yes, really quick, just stop right now. There's a map you want. Do you want it?
Here's what we're wondering. You're just so fucking...
That second encounter right there is nightmarish. This girl's walking on the street alone. Two weirdos come up to her and say, "It doesn't matter what you want." And you can see her facial expression drop, just completely sink into a panic. I have no doubt she expected to be attacked by them or something, and you can see she picked up the pace, because who wouldn't? That's a fucking weird thing to have happen. That's frightening. And especially from these two guys, walking around, camera out, coming up to you in the middle of the night, like, what the fuck? This whole shtick sucks. It's just going up and bothering people who are just going about their night. Just randomly coming up to women, "Hey, pardon me, toots. Unsucked penis is a disease, and I'm suffering from it. Are you the cure? You should be." It's fucking dumb. And it's a lot worse than that. This person is going up and doing cringy lines and sticking around bothering people.
with my girlfriend? Just shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. I'm here with my girlfriend. You're making too much noise. Get the fuck out of here, asshole. Fucking prick. I'm so sorry, Luna. No, please. No, I was just protecting you. I was protecting you. Baby, please.
Ha ha. You get it? The joke is he's just pretending to be in something. I don't know why you should understand the depth of comedy is that. I'm gonna toss a quick fun fact your way, so get ready to receive it. About a month ago, I made a video going over shitty streamers like this guy and his friend, and I'm almost 100% certain that this is the same guy that ran away when someone he was harassing finally took him up on the offer to fight. He was the guy that instigated a conflict, and then the guy he was doing it to said, alright, let's just settle it right now. And immediately this guy bolted off, I'm being very generous with that term, bolted in the same way that an alcoholic zombie would stumble across the street, because this guy is not athletic at all. But he ran away as quickly as his goofy little legs could take him, and then had this brief come-to-Jesus moment where he recognized just how sad and pathetic he is. Just this impressive specimen of distress.
Alright, you and me, Central Park, tomorrow.
Hope he doesn't chase me because I don't know. Am I putting bait in? Perhaps. But I don't know.
Using all the science and technology and summoning the world's leading forensic experts to analyze the footage here, I think we can all conclude with a high level of confidence that this guy and the guy that I've been showing you who's about to get arrested here on stream are the same person. There's just no way that this world is forsaken enough to allow two people that sound, look, and act like him and stream like him to exist at the same time. I think it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure.
You love it.
Excuse me, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You're being placed under arrest. For what? Wait a minute. Yeah. You want to talk? You want to run? Alright, now we're going to put you on your side.
So they're arresting Carl, guys. Carl did nothing wrong.
Yes, the good ending. Tugs on your heartstrings. It's a beautiful thing to witness. You love to see that. I can't imagine a more fitting conclusion here. I don't know why his buddy's saying he did nothing wrong. He immediately tried to run from the cops who were about to start talking to him. You can't do that. Like, what the fuck? I imagine it got very disturbing. Like, hey, there's this weirdo and his weirdo friend that keeps harassing everyone nearby, so now for coming to tell him to, like, cut that shit out. And then Chief Goofball here immediately tries to... It's not really a thing. This guy and Run don't really go in the same sentence. He takes, like, two steps that kind of resemble, like, speedier movement. The kibosh on this, and then stay with that. I don't know if he's still in custody or what, or if charges. I couldn't tell you. It just
We're fucking soldiers. There better be something good in here, man.
So I thought that might put a smile on some of your faces. That's about it. So, yeah. There's a kick streamer whose name I've treated like Voldemort over the last year or so. I've never bothered talking about her because that's the only thing she cares about is her name leaving people's lips, no matter how negative it is. She exists for one sole purpose, to make everyone around her angry at her. It's in her delusional mind, the brain parasites tell her that that's a good thing. So I've just never bothered insulting her or making fun of her because that's like having sex with a cuck's wife. It's exactly what they want. But today she did something particularly heinous.
Right? No. Alright. I would, you know why I wasn't going to? Because she's my puberty. She's gonna jump in right now. I'm gonna jump in with my cheese line. Okay. Yeah, ready? Oh! Wait, what the fuck?
I love how she's somehow surprised that the lady jumped in after she spent the better part of 15 minutes trying to convince her to jump in, and even tried to bribe her with $20 to do so, and now all of a sudden she's fucking soy-facing, shocked that the lady actually did it. So, I I went back and I watched most of the stream, which was, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. But he's gone viral in the past for other degenerate activities, such as wearing painted on pants at a gym, or doing a kid
Oh, somebody's up early.
shit around all of her other work to try and cause as much controversy as possible to farm followers. But this one is a little bit different. So the lady who had jumped in is someone who apparently cannot swim. She said that she can only float and can't swim. And I initially thought that this was more staged, phony baloney, garbage. But from a couple of the articles I read, they're reporting that the fire department in the area really did pull a woman out of that lake on this day. So it does seem like it's real.
Yeah, do you want to have a play date? Yeah. I'd rather go skinny dipping if I'm being honest. Really? Yes. Yeah, well, that was close. They're all saying you're sexy and shit. Yeah, they're all saying W woman, she's thick as fuck. Jump in the water. I'll give you $20. $20? Yeah, that's a W. That's a good deal. $20. You going? Try to find the scanner. Something after you.
The Kick streamer is on a scavenger hunt to locate the final Dragon Ball so she can finally make a wish to be something other than the failure that she is. She encounters this woman who's on the dock, and she tries to convince that woman to jump in the water to look for the tracker that she's trying to hunt. So she's putting on a fucking Shark Tank pitch here, that she'll give the lady $20 to jump in, and that, she'll follow once she jumps in, this and that, and basically it's just trying to farm her for content so that way the stream can laugh at this lady jumping in the water when the streamer never had any plans of doing so. And their interaction lasts like 10-ish minutes before the lady jumps in the water, and it seems as though she's quite vulnerable. So it's extremely fucking sad to see her being exploited by this Kick degenerate here and put into a position that's life-threatening because allegedly she can't swim, which is why the fire department eventually got called, which you see on stream a bit later.
What? You said you wanted to swim. Thank you guys. I'm gonna have you guys. Wait, who is that?
You can really see the concern wash over each of their smiling faces as they're confronted with the very real possibility that that woman might drown and die because of the streamer's actions. I really wish this streamer had stuck with her OnlyFans as opposed to trying to pivot her career into just being an absolute insufferable piece of shit. I know her OnlyFans is flopping harder than Morbius, but by God, I mean, it might save lives if she had just stuck with it. The butterfly effect you can never fully comprehend until it's too late. So anyway, the woman that she has stabbed jumping in the water is now saying something about it because I can't stop giggling like someone's over there tickling their armpits. It's craziness. Like the dude comes over and is like, she might die. Fucking the camera guru over here is so excited. Like he's like zooming in, trying to get like the last moments of like the air that she'll get from the surface before she goes under, praying that maybe this is the moment that he's able to bond close enough to the streamer where she might give him a peck on the cheek and thank him for his service. Like she is surrounded by these henchmen that orbit her to swarm her like mosquitoes on a pile of dog shit. And this is something that was prevalent throughout the entire stream. They're literally just there to try and have sex with her is what it seems like. No one enjoys being around her. They don't like her company, from what I can tell. Sorry to say, brother, but I've got to diagnose you with a very severe case of simp. You might not like it, but it's a tough pill to swallow. That is literally what you are. Textbook definition. All of the insects that are around her fall into that category. when I went through and watched the stream, all of them seemed like perpetually annoyed by her, but were trying their best to hide it. And they're used as punching bags by her. Like, how could, like, it.
Please, God. No, she's floating. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. She says she's drowning. We leave.
Oh, this is bad.
Sorry, I didn't know. We leave.
Oh, this is bad.
Invaluable assistance provided by her and her team of dweebs. They just read chat messages and laughed at it. Which obviously is helping her get to safety. She's out there drowning, but luckily all of the chat messages that the streamer and her team were reading were helping lift her to the surface and carry her to shore. They just fucking left. They recognized what was going on. They recognized the very real possibility that this woman might die, and they just said, alright, I'm outski. Time to bounce. We're gonna scram now. Good luck. And they just leave her there. That's fucking insanity. And they laugh about it because people like her don't treat the other human beings around them as if they're real people. To her, everyone else is just an NPC, a prop that she can use for content and nothing else. That's the extent of their presence in her world. And once they've outlived their usefulness, she doesn't care about them, which is why she clearly doesn't give a fuck that that woman might drown out there, because she doesn't even view them as a person. That was just a piece of content for her, so she has no qualms about just leaving.
She says she's drowning. She says she's drowning.
I think you literally just murdered the lady.
No, I didn't. I swear. No, I didn't. Let's go. There, she's drowning in the lake.
God, there's a fire truck. Nah, this is bad.
Like I said, I was initially skeptical when I saw this clip blowing up on Twitter because she has a history of faking shit. So I thought this might be another scripted thing just to get some, like, rage clicks to her stream, which I always think is a dumb fucking business decision. But when I went back and watched all of this happen as it unfolded on the stream, this does seem very real, because that fire truck does show up at, like, a very quick time from the second that she gets in the water and other people are, you know, catching on to what just happened, to them telling the streamer and her friends to leave. The fire truck pulls up only a matter of minutes later, so I'm guessing they must have called 911. They sent out the emergency response team to save this lady who can't swim. So it all does seem real. This doesn't seem like it's all just a bunch of fucking smoke and mirrors here as some kind of, you know, ingenious supervillain play from.
Well, I don't know, man.
Couple she is just a piece of shit. She actually would have killed that woman.
It's kind of.
Call 911. That's unfathomable.
I mean, improved indifference probably the best they could do on it.
Better with her. Did nothing to help. All they did was laugh at the situation where someone's life was actually in danger. That's so fucked up.
That is. I didn't know she was mentally ill. I thought she was just trying to have fun. I thought she was drunk or something. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What? Wait, why is she just here though? She's like mentally ill. Does she just like roam around the like area? Of course, this happens like what? 30 minutes later. I spent time convincing someone to jump. See, now she's just floating in the water. I think she's on drugs.
I just had to toss this little turd nugget in here as a little bonus clip. This is after she convinces the woman to jump in the water and she leaves the dock. She tries
My
to,
policy is usually when people start dying, it's time to leave.
Of course, this happens 30 minutes into my stream. This selfish, mentally ill woman comes up to me and, well, I have to try and exploit her for content, so
I took a CPR class.
What's she doing here? You know, getting me in potential
And
trouble.
they actually
30
said,
minutes into my stream.
if you
Oh,
start
goodness
CPR,
gracious.
you have to
Playing the
continue
victim is
it
her bread and
until
butter,
the
by way.
ambulance
That's her
gets there.
signature
Or
anime
you could
finishing move. She always
you could
defaults
be
to playing
liable.
the victim in every situation that she causes. If I had to give her
So,
like one compliment,
you're
I'd say
better
she's
off just
talented
not
at
even
being a
starting
professional
CPR.
victim. She always does shit like this. So even in this situation where she even knows she is 100% in the wrong, she goes on Twitter after this all blew up and said, the lady wanted to swim. They told me to leave and stop filming. That's why we left. And she got the help she needed and is fine. Stop dragging me on. What she did is indefensible. And she knows that. I watched the stream.
She mentioned it and wrestled with it in her fucking empty little noodle multiple times about how she might have killed that lady. And she just doesn't care that much about that. All she cares about is whether or not it's going to lead to a viral clip and maybe a couple of extra viewers. That's it. And then she goes on Twitter and is like, oh, actually, everything was totally fine. We couldn't help because they told us to leave. They told you to leave because you weren't helping. You caused the problem and then did nothing to actively try and help in any way. So obviously they would want you out of there. You could have still done something to help. You could have called 911. Them telling you to leave doesn't just fucking, launch an EMP that disables all your electronics where you can't dial 911. You could have called for help if you didn't want to actually get in the water and try and help her yourself. Like, it's so stupid. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible excuse. It's not something you can ever possibly make an excuse for, but she still tries to get a couple, French cries in here, trying to drum up some sympathy for herself, even though she is just a piece of shit. Plain and simple. All she cares about is making people mad, so that way maybe people find her fucking awful streams. That's it. So I bet she is smiling right now. And in fact, I know she is, because I was watching her stream as I was making this video. She's live again. She doesn't care. This is a good thing for her. I think she's seeing more viewers than she was previously, so I bet she thinks this whole thing was absolutely fucking worth it. Because she's not going to face any repercussions for this. It doesn't seem like anything's going to come from it, like on a legal side or a criminal side or anything like that. So to her, this was just a smart play. Almost killing a woman on Kick for some extra viewers. So yeah, this lady, I think she is fucking terrible. That's really about it. So yeah, there's a particular clown I've made a couple videos on over the years because he can't help but embarrass himself sometimes. And in the crypto community, he's looked at in the same way a fart is, where it's something that just makes you laugh because it's a little silly and a little stinky. His name is BitBoy Crypto. I'm not here to just give you a recap and go over his resume.
BitBoy Crypto? That is the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Instead, I want to focus on the modern day, present day, 2023 AD, where once again BitBoy Crypto couldn't help but make a fool of himself. He just broadcast an unhinged live stream here on YouTube that frightened more people than the original run of the Blair Witch Project. He was streaming himself outside of an individual's house that he was having beef with and accused him of stealing his Lamborghini. So he was there to confront him directly and had a weapon in his car as well. So the whole situation was dangerous. The things he was saying was alarming. And eventually officers do arrive there, but then there's another plot twist that's revealed at the end that nobody, not even God himself, would have seen coming. This whole stream played out like a mission in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'm going to show you some clips from it. For the first clip here, I'm not going to show you any of the video footage because he just reveals where this guy lives. So I don't want to show any of that, but I want you to hear the audio because I think it's important.
Carlos has my Lamborghini right here in his garage. So today, guys, I'm going to be live streaming, and I'm going to be telling the entire story.
Now, it's important to give even further context to what led to this situation. He's there because he believes this man stole his Lamborghini, and he's going to spill the beans, let the cat out of the bag here, and talk in depth about this individual as well as his association with this deep cast of characters and different things. And it's a lot of very eyebrow-raising, alarming accusations he makes against him, like things he's said he's done or things that he's capable of doing. And from everything I've read from the community, as well as everything I've read up on in the BitBoy cinematic universe leading up to this situation, no one knows if any of these accusations are truthful. However, even if everything he says here is beyond a shadow of a doubt the truth, BitBoy Crypto is fluent in facts, all of this is legitimate, everyone can agree that he handled it in the worst way possible. This is not how you should have handled this situation at all. It should have gone to authorities, have it go through court. Instead, Ben, his name is Ben, rolls out of there like he's fucking Batman. He's rolling out there like he's the spirit of vengeance, shooting him sideways with his truck and a weapon in his front, just in case shit gets hairy. Like that is not optimal at all. And then streaming the whole thing on YouTube, turning it into a spectacle, is bad.
Now this is when the cops arrive into the equation. They confront him and say, "Hey, Bust, what's going on here, Buster? Huh? What's all the commotion?" And this is when a very interesting narrative starts to unfold.
God damn!
Sorry.
For him,
God damn.
he's fully content brained, and all of this is great for the stream. So he really didn't want to put that phone down, but eventually he plays ball. But he makes sure to put it down in a way that it still captures him and all of the glory that's happening here. Which is so fucking weird why he wouldn't just turn the stream off here. He is proudly filming his most embarrassing moment in this dimension. He is going to the Doofus Club to receive high accommodation, and he's doing it with a smile on his face.
What's going on? This man inside of this house.
Actually, he's gonna check you real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a weapon.
I'm sorry. I have a. Okay. No weapon.
I feel like I should mention he even said that he liked the cops to show up. He knew that this was a very likely situation where cops would arrive at the scene, and he welcomed it with open arms. But now that they're here, it's not exactly seeming like he's all that happy to see them. And the officer just asked him a very important question. Is there anyone else? And boy howdy, you're not ready for what comes next. I don't care how much you've studied the periodic table, you are not prepared for this element of surprise.
Yeah.
Who's in the car? Who?
What's that?
Who's in your car?
Who's in my car?
Yeah. Who's in your car? Who's in your truck, sir?
Cassie is in my car. Cassie's in my car.
All right, Cassie.
Cassie's in my truck. My wife knows that we're here, by the way. She knows we came to do this. But my wife is aware. So we're live. We got about 2,500 people watching. So Cassie's the girl I had an affair with. She's involved in the situation with this guy here.
My jaw was on the floor. I actually felt like I was watching some kind of early 2000s, like Young and the Restless, some kind of soap opera. Like, you couldn't have scripted that any more dramatic. Like, he starts taking those pauses, like, who's in my car? Sweat pouring down his face, maybe like a close-up zoom in. Well, let's, who's, in my car? That car. Yeah, who's my... And then eventually, he finally spits it out. Fucking Spitboy Crypto here finally lets the officer know who's in the vehicle after he asked the question. The officer had to pull teeth to get there, but he finally states that the woman in the car is the woman he's cheating on his wife with. And then immediately, like, he knows Stream is watching because he made sure of it. He, for some reason, didn't anticipate that the officer would look at his car and realize there's another human being there. So I guess it just never even registered in his smooth brain that the officers were going to find out that the woman he's going to kill unless she activated some kind of active camouflage out of Halo or some shit, some kind of forbidden ninjutsu to disguise herself. Like, they were going to find her. And for some reason, he kept the stream on, even knowing what was going to happen. So he immediately starts flooding the stream, and not even the officers really, like, Cassie and I are here. I had an affair with Cassie, but my wife knows we're here. You know, we had actually just come from my daughter's tennis match, and she knows we're over here doing this. And, you know, it's not exactly sunny or slimy, because my wife knows that the woman I'm cheating on her with is with this guy that I'm married to.
In the situation when we got here, my wife knows to my daughter's tennis match. Cassie and I have came over here because this man is extorting me. He's death threatening me. My Lamborghini is in his garage.
The officer just did the kindest thing anyone's ever done for BitBoy Crypto in his whole life. He turned the show off. He takes his phone, turns it face down, so that people no longer see all the action and all of that. Now he doesn't turn the stream off, maybe he didn't know how, but he puts the phone face down and he leads BitBoy Crypto away from it so you can't really hear him very well and you can't see anything. So he just made it private, which is what this whole thing should have been in the first place. If all these accusations are true and all of that, it should have been handled privately and turning it into a live stream and escalating to the point where you're bringing a fucking weapon to this guy's house. Now the stream continues for about 18 minutes after this, but it's all just the voice. So you can't see anything anymore. Eventually the stream ends. Now the stream lasted just shy of 40 minutes, and throughout the entire thing, he is speaking very rushed, he's very out of breath. Sometimes it really feels like he may be under the influence of something. Of course, you know, I'm not there with a fucking toxicology report. I'm just giving it the old eyeball test. He's just speaking in a way that feels like he's not in his right mind. He's not in a healthy headspace. And most of the community is attributing a lot of this to the really rough month BitBoy Crypto has had. I mentioned that I was reading up on the BitBoy Crypto cinematic universe. Well, that's a novel longer than Homer's Odyssey. It has so much that has happened in Ben's life over the last month that it has been an incredibly long read on getting caught up with the lore. But basically, he's had his whole life turned on its ass. It's in a position now where he feels he has been the victim of a scam, which a lot of people in the community felt was incredibly ironic and actually a gut-bustingly great joke, because for a long time BitBoy Crypto has actually had a reputation for being looked at as a scammer himself in the eyes of some people, with many feeling as though they've been victims of scams that he has run, allegedly. So when that information came out, the floodgates really started to open. A lot happened with his company, and he eventually was saying like he didn't even have $20 to fill up his tank of gas, and then was like asking the community for donations. It was a mess. But a lot of that has been going on over the last month, and then it led up to this. So there is speculation that perhaps this is his breaking point. This is him having a meltdown, a breakdown that he is streaming now. And I think that's probably accurate. This whole situation here doesn't exactly come from a thought process that's thinking rationally. Now, Ben did get arrested at the scene, but you can't put Big Ben in the pin for he spent about 8 hours in the slammer, according to his tweet this morning. He was charged with I guess, and he immediately took to Twitter to let the world know, you don't tussle with muscle. So he's been on steroids, and if that's the case, if that's true, I don't know where his muscles are. He must have minted those on the
usually
seems kind of a waste to be on steroids.
I don't necessarily drag him out of the building, but I definitely like to make an escape, so that if I do get overwhelmed, I could get the fuck out of there.
That's what this stream was.
Happy, congratulations. Here's your
I don't
reward.
think that's the case, and I don't know how true the claim is that he has roid rage blow-ups from time to time. But I thought it was at least worth mentioning.
You hungry or something?
Maybe that had something to do with this, but personally, I don't think it did. He also did make a lot of other tweets this morning. One of them really just makes it feel like we're stuck in a fucking
now that you
reality
did the
TV
job,
show
I
with him now.
guess you
Where
ain't
he's
that
talking
damn
about
bad after
the
all.
woman that he's cheating on his wife with. He comes out screaming that he's not getting rid of Cassie, saying
I
that
got
his friends
just a
and
job.
family have lied and
What are you
manipulated
standing
him.
there for?
They
Don't
want
you
to
have
break him
work
up,
to
but
do?
He's never getting rid of her. Never. Then says, me, my wife, and Cassie are trying to figure this out. We're all grown adults capable of making our own decisions, and we don't need any of you to help us make decisions. So please butt out of my personal life as it relates to my relationships. He's right, it is a personal relationship, and it should be a private matter, but with BitBoy Crypto, there's no such thing as privacy. That word, doesn't exist. He, for a long time, has shared so much about himself and his life online, publicly, for a long time. So, obviously people know a lot about his situation because he kind of shares a lot of it. He may be a goofball, but he is correct about something here, that they are all adults and they can make their own decisions. That is true. But if I'm who's going to cheat on you, why be faithful to a man who's not going to be faithful to you? If this was a polyamorous relationship and it was agreed upon in this marriage where they could see other people, that'd be one thing, that'd be fine, you'd be on the same page. But from everything that's been put out there, it was not a poly relationship. This was an extracurricular activity happening outside of the marriage. So if you want to try and like work through it together, that's your right, that's totally fine, it's what you want to do. But just know, he has very much drawn a line in the sand. No matter what happens, come hell or high water, Cassie will be there. So basically you're now making a decision moving forward on whether you want to stay with BitBoy Crypto and also marry his mistress, because she's made it clear, she's not going anywhere. She's tagging along forever in this
Fuck.
that we call life. So again, they're adults, they can make their own decision what they want to do with this. This is a private matter that for some reason BitBoy just keeps taking publicly. But anyway, just a wildly dangerous and bafflingly unhinged situation here with this stream, and that's really about it. Just wanted to give you the update on the BitBoy Crypto saga here. That's it. See ya. It's baffling how common it is for people to live stream their most
My
embarrassing
fucking game
moments
crashed.
on
God
purpose.
damn it.
They're filming their own lowlights, their own worst ofs for the montage of shame. Things
Maybe
most
we'll
people
turn
would
this
want
volume down a
buried
little. It's
forever.
kinda loud.
They are proudly, with a smile on their face, broadcasting to their audience for content. Today, an extremely trashy stream clip has gone viral with a streamer named Elisa Jordana firing up a live stream after learning that her boyfriend has been cheating on her. I'm gonna go through most of what happened on the stream, but the clip everyone's seen, which we'll get to towards the end, is at the very end of the stream. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes. She gets her boyfriend in the car, and then she starts attacking him while she's driving. So she starts physically hitting him. And then she hits him very hard in the nose, like a full-blown strike to the nose, like a fucking monk's palm strike to his nose. It was quite a wallop. Like, if she was playing that boxing bag game that you see at bars where it measures your punch
Alright,
and
there
it
we go.
grades your force up to 999, she probably would have scored like a 700 with that strike. So some damage. She threatens to kill him, and then she continues to escalate it. She grabs on his ear and starts pulling on it, and then he starts fighting back. So he starts fighting her. He starts yanking on her hair, telling her to stop the car, and she does stop the car. He continues yanking and pulling on her. She gets out of the car. He gets out of the car, chases her down, and then he gets back in the car and turns the stream off. Without a doubt, one of the worst live streams I can think of in recent memory. It's hard to watch. It's awful. It's crimes. Like you're
Oh, I'm surprised it
He lied so much.
usually when it crashes like that it'll boot YouTube out of chat. And I gotta reconnect it, but this time it didn't do it.
He was talking to me, he was talking to her the whole time.
Gadzooks, what in the fuck would possibly possess you to want to start a live stream after learning something so heavy? That makes no sense. How poisoned must your brain be to possibly come up with an idea like this? Learning that your boyfriend has been cheating on you, and then immediately turning it into a stream for content? That's incomprehensible. I don't understand why people want to broadcast every single waking moment of their lives to a bunch of strangers online. A ton of goobers who are just going to sit back, tossing popcorn down their gullet because it's just entertainment to them, even though it's your life that's being ruined in real time. Why do that? Fucking Jack Bauer couldn't torture me enough to force me to go live after learning something like this. He could put all the jumper cables he wants on my nipples and scrotum. I still wouldn't do it because it's a horrible thing to want to put out there. I couldn't even imagine just firing up the stream. Hey guys, this one's going to be a little bit different than usual. Turns out she's getting piped by another man right now. They're steaming ham as we speak. Oh, thanks for the $6. Charlie's girl is slobbering on my meat. Ha ha ha.
I'm sending her money on Venmo.
Yeah, but why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, Brandon. I'm not surprised. Actually, I'll go to Tanger's Outlets right here.
I just don't get why you would cry over him, dude. Like, you already got money. You already supposedly got money.
I did, but it still was very bad, Brandon.
Yeah, so what do you think would happen if you're gonna marry him, this and that?
I'm not marrying him, Brandon. I'm obviously not marrying him.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you...
She then goes for this joyride, or lack
I
thereof.
but
joy. And it's the most
I'm not gonna
distracting
lie,
thing I've
man.
ever seen. No exaggeration.
Women
She doesn't even
like
pretend
posting
to be paying attention to
L's
the road.
on
She is glued
online,
to
man.
her phone or reading the
I don't know
chat.
what it
And
is,
she does
but
get donations. She has text-to-speech enabled, so she is getting donations throughout this stream.
something
And she is
fucking
always
fucked up
looking at
happens to
something on
women.
the
They
road that's
immediately run to
extremely dangerous, not
TikTok
only to herself, but all of the
and
people
make a
on the road
fucking
around
video.
her. And you can see that
It's
she
crazy.
busts out that crazy U-turn and gets honked
I don't
at
know what
because
it
that
is.
came out of fucking nowhere like a jump scare to all the other drivers. And, like, this is just, it's unhinged. This is, again, unacceptable. It's illegal. You can't be driving like this. I understand she's upset after finding out her partner's been unfaithful. Anyone in the world would feel the same way. But not many people in the world would handle it the way she is, by starting up a fucking live stream for people to be tuned in on.
It is entertainment, man.
Very dangerously
I
behaving
thoroughly
in the
enjoy
road.
watching
And
people
she then
lose their
starts
shit, but
dropping all kinds of personal information publicly.
I mean, I don't understand why they do it.
Things that 100% should stay private.
I can't imagine they're doing it for my entertainment.
I'm gonna go to Tanker's Outlet actually with my card right now. Alright, let's do that. Tanker's Outlet. Let's go on a shopping spree. Not that much money left. Should I spend this money? Sparrows for everyone?
Another lore dump for you for why she drove to the mall here. It's because she had his wallet and stated she wanted to go on a bit of a shopping spree with his cards. And then on stream, she actually opens his wallet and shows his driver's license and says, should I drop his cards in the Discord? So threatening to also just show his cards to her community. She then takes money out of his wallet and says, should I buy food for everyone? Those are all crimes. Again, you're compiling evidence against yourself. You're doing the police's job for them. You are actually showcasing criminal activity. Now, unless I missed something, she doesn't actually spend any of his money. She doesn't actually use any of his cards there. She just makes the threats that she could and would do so. She does, however, actually open his wallet, and you can see his driver's license clearly because she's bouncing it around like something out of the Disney Channel. So you can see that, but I don't think you can make out any of his other cards. But regardless, this whole thing
I can't
should
pick
have
it up
never
again,
been
man.
put
God damn it.
online. I don't know why she made the decision to start streaming this. Again, she does have text-to-speech donations enabled, so it's possible that this is all just to get some, like, money from people that are sympathizing with her because she's going through something horrible. Getting cheated on sucks. But the way she's
downstairs,
handling it
I
is
gotta-
fucking awful. She's
Box is
distracted
downstairs.
driving, dangerously putting other people's lives at risk on the road, threatening to commit some criminal actions live, and then it ends with her assaulting him, physically assaulting him live. Like, this is a horrible fucking stream.
So I don't, Discord's stupid, a lot of people say that. So, all of Spora's private information is, well, Sarah's phone number, Sarah's address, her full name, her Venmo account transactions, are all
Jesus Christ.
It's
I'm gonna be able to make a
Lisa
shitload of
has
fucking bacon and eggs,
the
man.
guy and the girl here posting all of their private information in her Discord, which is illegal. You can't do that. I also think it's worth mentioning, since you caught a glimpse of it there, anytime that girl, Sarah, is brought up during this stream, both Elisa and the community of Pay Piggies that's donating to her always make sure to mention that she's Mexican. And they make statements in the chat about that as well. Throughout the stream, reading the chat, there were so many moments of genuine racism, it was fucking sickening.
I called Sarah, you fucking bitch. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Sorry. You had hit him in my presence. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the bad topic. I think stay out about it. No, I said I'm gonna stop talking about it. Okay, good. No, it's not okay. You ever been cheated on for 2 years with a 20-year-old Mexican? I doubt it. Okay, alright, well, I'm just telling you that's my business. I really don't want to talk to you.
This happened shortly before the viral clip from this stream where she starts hitting him in the car. So prior to them getting in the vehicle, she pushed him outside, and it was actually observed by someone who confronted her about it, because in this instance, her violent outburst was in broad daylight in view of public and bystanders. So Someone came up to her, I believe it was an officer, and talked to her about it, and even during the talk, she finds a way to mention that the other girl is Mexican.
Yeah, that is kind of weird that they just keep bringing up the fact that she's Mexican.
Texts of your nudes and, you know, different sentences that he...
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't fucking talk. Yes, Sarah, we're really sorry about this. I'm sending him your way today. Yeah. No, so Bahram, how do you pronounce it? Do you know? I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, cunt.
What's up?
I cut out the ending here because it's a lot. Like, even this much, I don't even know if YouTube will allow me to show. I'm really not sure.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, you bash women, you're gonna get a reputation. You're just gonna get hated, man.
And then after I cut it off, he grabs her hair and starts yanking and pulling.
But I mean, there's a difference between pointing out bad behavior and actually bashing.
She gets out of the car, he chases her down. I think she gets in another vehicle in the background, and then he comes back into the car and turns the stream off. It's a horrifying thing to watch, to be honest. As of right now, Elisa has been arrested. Her mugshot and booking information is all out there for this incident. There's no update on the guy or what's going on with that part of all of this, but what a fucking awful live stream. Now on Twitter there's been a lot of debate about this video on whether or not the man's actions were justified in this situation, and most people are saying that they were, claiming that he was acting in self-defense. And it seems like the law would agree with him on that take, because from everything I can find, he hasn't been booked or charged with anything. Now, I think it's important we remember that the guy in this video is no saint. He cheated.
Hang on, I want to watch the video.
That is the behavior of a piece of shit. But under no circumstances does anyone deserve to be beaten like this. He's not a good guy, but he is still the victim of an assault. And I think all of the video evidence suggests that this was a case of self-defense. He didn't lash out at her or strike at her.
Oh, this is
until she went in again for like the third or fourth time, assaulting him. And then he did fight back. Now, I do think there is a case an outburst was in broad daylight in view of public and bystanders. So someone came up to her, I believe it was an officer, and talked to her about it, and even during this talk, Elisa still finds a way to mention that the other girl is Mexican.
Hello? Hi, Sarah, how are you? How are you, Sarah? Hi. Thanks so much for calling. I'm just gonna send you like 6 months of texts of your nudes and, you know, different sentences that he...
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't talk.
Oh, man.
Yes, Sarah, we're really sorry about this. I'm sending him your way today. No, so Bahram, how do you pronounce it? Do you know? I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, cunt.
What's up?
She's half your age. She's half your age.
Delete the number, please.
I cut out the ending here because it's a lot. Like, even this much, I don't even know if YouTube will allow me to show. I'm really not sure. It's legitimate assault.
Yeah, it's...
So she hits him a couple of times, the nose hit by far being the biggest blow. And then after where I cut it off, he grabs her hair and starts yanking and pulling on her, and she starts talking about how he's killing her, and the car stops, and then eventually she gets out of the car, he chases her down. I think she
I kind of blame him for getting in the car with her.
And turns the stream off. It's a horrifying thing to watch, to be honest.
I mean,
as of right now, Elisa has been arrested. Her mugshot and booking information is all out there for this incident.
she looks like a bitch in her mugshot. Sorry.
All of this, but
she does.
Awful live stream. Now on Twitter, there's been a lot of debate about this video on whether or not
she totally looks like a bitch in her fucking mugshot.
And most people are saying that they were claiming that he was acting in self-defense. And it seems like the law would agree with him on that take, because from everything I can find, he hasn't been booked or charged with anything.
Yeah, that was not a very flattering mugshot.
The guy in this video is no saint. He cheated on his significant other. That is the behavior of a piece of shit. But under no circumstances deserves to be. He's not a good person. He's still the victim of an assault. And I think all of the video evidence suggests that this was a case. He didn't at her until she went in again, assaulting him, and then he did fight back.
Now, I do think there is a case to be made that he may have taken it too far, because he does yank and pull on her for quite some time, even once the car comes to a complete stop. So I think he probably could have gotten out of the car at that point and just left it entirely, left the situation entirely, but I also don't know the entire so I don't know that it does have to be him defending himself attacked in this vehicle. It's fucking awful. And I really don't think this is going to be the last of its kind that we see, because it feels like it's getting more and more common with people wanting to live stream every moment of their lives, even the worst parts of it. So there'll probably be more things like this in the future, which sucks.
Well, I always looked at it this way.
But
you should never hit a lady.
about it. So, yeah.
If she's not acting like a lady.
Degeneracy, they broadcast 2 crimes live in the span of 12 hours. That's a new record, baby. Give it up for a kick. Huge round of applause. They're really busting new ground here. Usually it's only 1 crime per day. That's the quota, but they said, you know, hold my Johnson. We can do better. July 4th's right around the corner.
I mean, they said they used to say there's no reason to hit a woman. There used to not be reasons. Now women give you plenty of reasons.
Recruited for his gang out of Arkham Asylum, and they basically set it up like zoo exhibits where edgy middle schoolers can go in and flick boogers at the glass as they laugh at the fucking.
I mean, it goes the same. It's equality. It goes for the same for men. Don't give me a reason to hit you, and I won't hit you.
This baffling so this couple then started arguing with this loser who got so hurt that this couple dared.
God damn it! I'm gonna.
That he, in response to
I'm
their
fucking trapped in him.
pulls out a gun and starts threatening to blow them away. He's ready to kill these two in cold blood because his feelings got hurt that they insulted him after he started shit with them.
I love the POV behind a stream. It shows the real you. You gotta appreciate your height, your balding, and your few palma arc.
Who's gonna sock him? Who's gonna sock him in the face? What are you doing? You better let go of his shit.
Turbo Douchebag has his chat on screen, and I had to censor it.
Yeah, I've seen the Bill Burr.
They just keep saying some awful shit and putting links to things that I have no idea what they are, but I'm not taking any chances with it. They just keep calling this woman a whore. So he went up to her, he started insulting them, and then the chat was like, whore! What a whore! Look at her! There's a whore around! Hey, anyone else just sneeze? It's because we're allergic to whores! That's like his whole chat. Great community he's fostered here, and that sounds about par for the course for this kind of content. If you can even call it content, all it is this guy trying to turn himself into a human punching bag, but he's so fucking sensitive he can't even play that role well. He can't even be the heel. So the second someone challenges him, like here with the woman, like insulting him and then like
hang on.
phone, he snaps and brings out a gun.
Oh yeah, I got burnt, bitch. Shoot her. Shoot her. Yeah, she's in there grabbing my phone. Oh, you want problems? You want problems too? You want problems? You want problems? You just grab
He's
my
gonna
phone.
pull a gun on her?
You just grab my phone. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. Don't grab my shit. I'll promise you I'll shoot the shit. Let it go. Don't touch my shit.
Bro's got the Glock set to Wumbo here. The size of this fucking piece is actually pretty crazy.
That is a big fucking gun.
Camera here, but that shit looks like a Roblox gun. What an incredibly stupid thing to bring a gun out for, especially considering he started this. I don't know how he would never expect someone to slap his phone when he's actually putting it directly in their face. He is basically the one that's instigating a physical confrontation, not only by being an insufferable douchebag
Well, this guy's
harassing random people,
an
but
IRL
as close to their
streamer.
face as he possibly can, like trying to put their skin under a
And most of those guys are assholes anyway.
At his footage, it probably looked like Ant-Man when he was shrinking to get to the quantum realm. Like, he is so close to them. And the
Let's see if he's got.
in a situation like that is to
Find some better
garbage
videos.
away.
Listen
I
to.
don't know how he wouldn't expect that.
I promise you. Why would you grab the shit on my phone?
You don't understand what trouble you're getting.
11 months ago, the internet was set ablaze by an explosive scandal that gripped us all by the throat and wouldn't let go. A cheating scandal that changed butt plugs.
Celebrity
I
meltdown.
talk about a lot of worthless
There you go.
nonsense that I just find goofy and entertaining. But what I'm about to talk about today, what I'm about to start yapping and blabbering on about, has to be a new gold standard for the most trivial. This is more meaningless than a filler article.
I think a lot of his problem too is YouTube
My voice is cracking.
forces him to be child friendly.
I read about this like right before leaving the gym, and for some reason I
Because,
thought about it the entire
dude,
time.
I got
So
copyright strike
sketchers
on
down because I'm
YouTube
one of the
for
few people under
the
age of 60 or
songs
40
in
age of
GTA
mind
5.
sketchers, and I just marched up here and I'm like, you know
Like,
what?
I was streaming GTA 5, and they gave me copyright warnings on the songs that were playing on the car radio in the game.
Celebrities in America. I don't think you could find a place in this
So,
nation
like,
that hasn't
YouTube's
at least heard
fucking
of The
super
Rock.
strict
Yeah,
on
Narnia
that
probably
shit,
knows about this
man.
guy. He is huge. And he recently posted an Instagram video that seemed innocent enough on the surface, but
Like,
if you dive
YouTube,
into it,
I-
it actually gets quite nefarious. It's about his supposedly first time trying In-N-Out.
I live stream on YouTube just because
Love
the
In-N-Out.
VODs
Fight
get
tooth and nail
views.
in the honor of In-N-Out. Like, when I've
I
tried
could
it,
just-
thought it
I
was
could get,
fine. I didn't, like, change my life or anything. It didn't make me more
monetized
attractive
just
or
for my
taller or
VODs.
game changer, but some people go crazy for it. Dwayne
And I'm
Johnson,
gonna start making
yeah,
videos,
just
but
tried it for the first time.
yeah, like, YouTube is, like, super strict.
And basically the whole video is him going to In-N-Out drive-through and people just going crazy to see The Rock. This is supposed to be his cheat meal with In-N-Out, and it's his first time ever trying it. He's gonna see what all the hype's about. But basically the whole video kind of plays out like autofellatio. It's The Rock just sucking his own dick, like, hey, you just call me handsome? I don't speak Spanish. Is that what you said to me? That kind of thing. And then he makes his order here, and it's like his big meal. It's just complete throwaway garbage here. There's more empty calories in this video than there is in the french fries that The Rock is buying here. The video is honestly less about In-N-Out and more about just The Rock being famous. Like, this whole video is just The Rock showcasing he's famous and filming people's reaction to them seeing him in all of his benevolent glory. He is an angel, and he is blessing them with his presence. He couldn't even be bothered to do the bare minimum of eating the meal on camera, so we were denied a Rock mukbang. What a shame. But here's his caption: my first ever In-N-Out burger experience. Rolled up in my pickup and tried to be cool AF with my order, and then but I didn't know the lingo. Didn't know who to pay, where to pay. I didn't know shit. You didn't know the lingo. You just placed an order. I don't know why he's pretending. You know, it's not like complicated jargon. But I'm a quick study. Loved everyone's positive vibes in there. Holy shit, it's The Rock energy. God, he just can't. No one has The Rock's dick in his mouth more than he does. Like, good God. Goodness gracious. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? It's his own wiener. Oh, my lord. His favorite meal. Love the grub, and love how everyone in the drive-thru looked at me like I had 3 heads when I gave them a tip. Thank you, In-N-Out, for being awesome. I'll see you down the road. So it clearly seems like it's supposed to be some kind of promotional thing for In-N-Out here. And it's all just standard celebrity trash, but this is the 3rd time he's done it. He keeps pretending that he's trying In-N-Out for the first time every couple of years. Why? Why are you lying about that? You could just say, like, I love In-N-Out, so I'm going back to In-N-Out. Let's go. Can't wait for more In-N-Out.
Yeah, that's from 3 months ago, but...
All right. Why are you taking it to this place? Why are you doing this?
I just care about my daughters, that's it.
And you would really care about, like, keeping...
Me when I feel 1% of the suffering of your average woman. People are really mad right now. Gen Z is cooked because it turns out, believe it or not, shocker of all shockers...
Yeah, Nux is hilarious.
Definitely subscribe for future fantastic news, but it turns out a lot of people don't actually care. Get ready to get absolutely buck-broken by the reality. We are going to be talking about something. We are going to be talking about Dean Withers, everyone's favorite leftist debater. But first, let's talk about the actual existential meltdown that is People are going right.
So you have some people that are very, very surprised that Gen Z guys are very right-wing.
Context. On a new poll by Pew Research, while gaining massively with the young people, including women aged 18.
See, look at her spraying blood. She's a zombie. Where's the blood pressure coming from?
Everyone is saying the right are racist. They're evil and racist. Racist and evil.
I mean, do zombies' hearts beat?
They're obviously bad people, white supremacists. You should hate yourself, actually. And men don't care anymore. Men do not give a shit. You know what? Fuck you. Don't care. You could call me racist.
I think a lot of people.
Do not care. And
But there seems to have been a vibe shift where Gen Z overall still leans Democratic, but
I
there's
don't-
a deep and polarized gender
I don't
schism.
think-
Gen Z women are leading hard Democratic, where Gen Z men are.
I
leaning
don't
hard
think the
Republican.
political
Why?
spectrum is
Are you
linear.
guys hearing this on the ground? Is this the
It's-
grad life stuff too? Is it dating apps? Is it radical toxic feminism?
I don't think it's left or right. I mean, it's left, right, up, down, back, forth. It's
liberal uncle. And by the way, it's not a safe space. It's
political
not
opinions are
because
three-dimensional.
People are getting opinions that they didn't want to hear. So this is the reason why there's a big difference between the genders. The reason why
You ready for the Asman analysis? Are you ready? It's gonna be good.
is because women in Gen Z
Yeah,
have been
basically.
beneficiaries of the policies and initiatives that men have been the victims of. When
Completely correct. Because women are seen as the poor, sad of minorities. For some
Politics in America is more of a sport. People just pick their team and root for it.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be so mean to women. Obviously, this isn't all women. This is
And that
And
just
like
fucking
how
ain't
there are
good,
retards
man.
That are men. There are also retards that are women. It turns out, yes, this is the reality. Yeah, it turns out women are not exactly doing super well right now. The internet didn't radicalize me. Women did.
you have women that are getting advantages in college, getting advantages in hiring processes, getting advantages in promotions, you have a lot of guys.
And also getting advantages in culture, just in basic culture. Like, dude, you don't understand. White men are demonized, literally demonized. Okay, women aren't, because women, they're just virtue signaling. They are running so fast. Not all of them, obviously, but the majority. I'll be real, the majority. Your average liberal white woman is retarded. Sorry, don't want to be that guy, but they were fucking manipulated, emotionally manipulated into becoming a libtard, and they're chanting Black Lives Matter and how white people are oppressors and how all men are racists. And you know what? They're getting clout for it. If you're a man and you say what you just say the things that you think, you get banned everywhere. You lose your job.
Well, feminism fucked women.
They will harass you. You will lose your job. Make this make sense. Make this make sense. A liberal woman saying, I was
Women had it made until feminism came along.
She killed my baby, and he's banned from everywhere. Loses his job, fired, labeled.
Yeah,
prison,
it's
women everywhere. Does that make sense to you? Because it doesn't to me. And men are noticing that they tried. They fucking tried. Men tried really hard. They did. Zoomers especially. The Zoomer men, new generation of men, they tried to respect people's pronouns.
well, that was just basic civil rights.
Engage with women and not get anywhere near women.
I mean,
Locking themselves in their basement, playing video games. They don't want to offend
if you're gonna have a country where everybody's treated equally, you have to treat everybody equally. I mean, that's all there is to it.
divorce courts. All right,
Third wave came along, and
you know what? That shit wasn't good enough. And men
that's
were like,
when
fuck this, bro.
they started teaching women, oh, you're something special. You should have special rights, not equal rights. And that's the fucking bullshit that
I wanted to talk about them today.
fucked everything up, man.
These opportunities, and then they're not getting the opportunities. And if you think this is bad, just wait till you get to the kids.
It's the same thing with,
the next generation.
oh, trans rights. Okay, what are trans rights? You know, what rights do I have that a trans person doesn't? And they don't have anything. What they want is special rights. And yeah, no.
The next generation is going to be fucking diabolical. The next generation.
I'm all in favor of equal rights. It's when you start talking about special rights, that's when you can fuck off, man.
See, the pendulum will swing the other way because you refuse to accept people at their most. Someone might say, I cannot repeat that. I'm sorry, I cannot repeat that on YouTube. I will get absolutely fucking murdered. But dude, that's fucking that's crazy. Oh my god, no! I'm banning you, bro.
You have a huge contingency of military-aged, able-bodied young men that are deeply unsatisfied with the way the government and the culture and the society and the country is going. That should be an extremely scary reality. You demonize them, you disenfranchise them, you made fun of them, you systematically put them at a disadvantage, and so when they come back, that's what you get.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You made them an enemy, and you radicalized them, and now they're gonna go fucking off the deep end. I think that's amazing, honestly. So I wanted to do this video to look into this retard. This is
I don't get why everybody comes down on Asmongold. Dude, the guy is fucking based as shit, man. He says the most fucking common sense shit. I mean, I don't understand why everybody thinks that guy's controversial, man. He's like so middle of the road.
Before grifting to the left, and he was like, no, and I was like, yes, and I sent him the receipts. I'll be real. We are about to cook
Well,
a diabolical
I don't think it's much as soft takes as he shoots from the hip. I don't think he talks about everything surface level.
That try their absolute signal.
He's also a guy that you have to evaluate every situation individually. You can't just have a blanket law.
Or fucking respond.
Well, he's so insufferable.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you a thing, and you're gonna have to agree with the thing or respond to the thing.
He's a lot of in this situation type of guy.
I am virtue signal. I need my anxiety vape immediately. Get me my pregnancy vape, woman.
That's one way to treat someone who disagrees with you in a debate.
Think before you sleep is pretty good too.
For those of you who don't know, this is Dean Withers, who is a part of that Zoomer politics group with that kid Parker who is in all the Jubilee episodes.
Oh my god, Parker! Is he the gay one?
And Harry Sisson, who said,
oh my god, Harry Sisson, is he the gay one?
22-year-old. I can assure you that no one believes that.
They all look like Joffrey! They all look like him! They act like him, they look like him, but they are the progressive.
Yeah, I like Razor Fist.
And they are not broken.
I think his persona is hilarious. I like how he. I like how quick he is. He's very quick-witted. And how he lays. Yeah, he's got a. His delivery is really good.
That was literally my first reaction. That was the first thing I said. I'm not even lying.
I can assure you that no one believes.
Yeah, Razor Fist is really good.
Anyway, Dean is 20 years old, and him and his little friend group are popular on TikTok. But today we're going to talk about his YouTube channel because that's a lot easier to deal with in an editing program. Dean is a debate bro, which is an entire meta and type of content creator that's annoyed me a lot over the past 10 years.
Yeah!
Because most of these people seem to be creators who are a lot more concerned with farming a viral clip that they got an F and own for their audience, rather than...
porn guy, there's no way! This entire group, a leftist, like, political commentator, white man. That's not a complete... I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to be rude. I don't
to actually try to understand the viewpoint of the person who disagrees with them. He's a perfect example of this type of influencer, as it is immediately obvious when you watch him that he will do anything to make his opponent look like a complete piece of shit.
He's an unbelievably
True.
He really is.
Evidence of that is in a video called These MAGA fanatics are out of control.
Oh no.
What's up, Crisco? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I supported his ability to remove man for women's sports. I'm a girl dad, and so my daughters both compete on a high level, and I would never want them to have to compete against a male because we are naturally stronger.
Look at that face he makes. All right, pretty based, honestly, pretty good take.
I don't know how like the right has successfully convinced you to like place 12 trans women over the 66 million American women and girls that have lost their human rights / access to abortion, or the fact that more women have accused Donald Trump of raping them than there is trans women competing in the NCAA. I just think
that is such an unbelievably bad face. And he does like this head bob, condescending talk. I am a 19-year-old that has no life experience, and I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't care about your daughter's well-being. You actually should think that your daughter should be beaten up by stronger men. Yeah, actually, I don't know why you care about your daughters not getting beaten up when Donald Trump literally is a white supremacist, Nazi-racist pedophile.
Oh God, I can't believe you.
What does that have to do with what the
I can't believe you're worried about Donald Trump raping people when there's an actual genocide going on.
Why he voted for Trump is because Trump is against
It's,
trans women.
dude, he's.
And Dean immediately shifts to whatever he wants to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He immediately changes the subject. I can't compete with what you know. I can't debunk what you're saying, so I'm just gonna talk about something else.
My own thing.
Stupid. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that Dean didn't even wait 10 seconds to do this.
Because it's the grift. It's the grift. Now, for a lot of people don't actually know, he does, so I can actually tell you. He goes on TikTok live streams. He gets retards calling into his TikTok live streams where he mutes them while he talks to them, so that he can say whatever he wants and mute them whenever they have anything to say. And then he will essentially be like, completely owned Trump supporter, it's over. Like, this is retarded. Like, these are actual retards.
Like, this is literally the first thing that happens in the video. It's like the guy says, yeah, I love cooking and I think I have a great pancake recipe. And Dean responds, did you know that Hitler liked pancakes? So I guess we're gonna talk about whatever Dean wants to talk about now.
So you just really care about what you deem as women's rights, correct?
Why would you phrase it that way? Why would you phrase it that way? He doesn't want his daughter to get beaten up by men, so he's voting for Trump, all right? Because he doesn't want men to beat up his daughters, all right? Why are you taking it to this place? Why are you doing this?
I actually, to tell you the truth, I think the Epstein files. First of all, it's not a list. I mean, you could comprise a list with the information that's in it, but I think shit that happened on that island is. I mean, the pedophilia, I think, is just the surface level. I think other fucked up shit happened.
This is not the topic! What are we doing? Oh my god.
I think there's bodies buried on that island.
That's pretty bad.
Of your daughter. She's 17. She's an underage girl. She's naked, undressed.
I'm not really sure why.
I don't know why he needs to describe it like that. Your daughter, 17, naked, undressed. Big man walks into the room with your daughter, 17, naked.
Topic of locker rooms here, much less the idea of a normal heterosexual male entering a woman's locker room. It kind of seems like he's being aggressive here because he very specifically doesn't want the caller to
I mean, it basically makes sense.
Before he can frame the transgender locker room issue in the way that he wants. And certainly Dean would want to make sure that he took control over the conversation before the caller brings up that Bradley Gaines.
Well, I mean,
where she talks about how a
dude, you have an island where rich people pay to come to fuck children. I mean, letting them murder the children isn't far off from that. I mean, dude, more like the depravity that went there is beyond comprehension. That's all I'm saying. There's no.
So she deserves it because she tied for 5th place. Okay, so
yeah, there's no just pedophilia, dude. The depravity that went there, dude. It was a fucking cesspool.
About how a biological male was allowed to watch the women change.
I went up to him and I said, you know, I understand the guidelines for the meat, which was, at the time, it was only 12 months of hormone suppression. I said, I know that, but what are the guidelines for the locker room? And word for word, this is what he says. Oh, we actually got around this by making the locker rooms unisex. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay.
Oh my god.
So this means that any man.
So any man can walk in? Wait, what?
Could have walked into our locker. Any man, not just a self-identifying woman.
A fan seeking opportunity?
And no one told us.
This whole event also included the women in the school of the male streamer being told their lives would be ruined if they spoke out against him.
And that's true, by the way, all right? You don't understand. A lot of people are going to look
We'll go
back
with 8 for now.
and believe this. People are going to say that this was a hoax. People are going to look back and think of this like it never really existed. But in reality, there was a time period from 2020 to 2024 when if a person with a penis exposed said penis in front of women children in a woman's locker room and the children were uncomfortable by the penis haver, they would get punished. This happened. This was real, okay? Like, dude, people are gonna deny it, bro. This should be treated like Holocaust denial if people deny this shit, all right? It should be looked at as gross. Like, what are we doing, man? This is fucking crazy. Nothing happened between 2020 and 2024.
And they had to go to re-education courses so they could think more inclusively. This was quite an infuriating interview to watch. But anyway, let's see where Dean is going with
The Holocaust denial is crazy. Not the Holocaust denial.
Room situation. Why would he bring that up? It seems like a great way to lose a debate.
Like, imagine there's a shitty man that walked into the changing room of your daughter. She's 17. She's an underage girl. She's naked, undressed. What do you think should happen to that?
He's like trying so hard to rage me. Oh, Trump was that man. Trump was the man because he walked into a beauty pageant one time. He walked into a beauty pageant and Trump was the man. Got him. So therefore, you want women to beat up men in women's sports. Ha! Got him.
If he walks in for what exactly? Did he walk in on accident?
To perv on them while they were naked, and he did so intentionally.
He gets the same treatment as anyone else.
What should happen to him?
If he tried something, he should be locked up.
He should be locked up. If an older man did this, boasted about it.
He actually said if he tried something.
Said he got away with it. Never got jailed and ran for president. Would you ever vote or support that man?
Absolutely not.
Don't be
It doesn't matter who it is, bro.
Even if it was Trump? Even if it was Trump?
Okay, that's where he's going with this.
Yep, absolutely. It's just to get you on like the nuanced little hypotheticals. Hey, and they try so hard. This is the strategy. It's like, aha! I caught you in the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy was there and it destroyed you. You are so done. It's over. Now you just want women to be beaten up by men and women's sports because I caught you on a hypocrisy.
Trying to escape the very valid concern from parents of allowing boys into girls' bathrooms and locker rooms. And it's not just at school, but also places like Disneyland. So he's escaping this by shifting the conversation to a story about Trump, which is a tactic straight out of a book called Rules for Radicals, a book that Dean has almost certainly read. It's
Dean can't read. He's on TikTok. What are you talking about?
The handbook for people like him. And to put it simply, it's a book that teaches bad faith influencing tactics and bad.
I need
literally true. It's a debate bro tactic where instead of actually tackling the core situation, instead of literally even discussing the core topic, which is women getting beaten up by biological men, all right, you turn it into this little nitpicky, random, somehow nuanced topic where you can catch someone on a play on word hypocrisy in order to invalidate them as a person, so you don't actually need to tackle the topic at hand.
The purpose of winning.
Deflect, deny, attack.
Towards the end, there's a chapter on tactics where the author describes different rules to follow to be effective in convincing people of radical political change. Rule number 2, never go outside the experiences of your people. This one's not that bad because it's actually a rule that applies generally. You should always try to speak to the experiences that people you're talking to can relate to. This is just a basic communication skill, but it's all set up in the next tactic, which is Rule 3, that says that you should, wherever possible, go outside of the experience of the enemy. This rule is great because any one person can't know everything.
True. So it's like when you make a nebulous claim, do you support old men going into women's locker rooms? And it's like, of course not. And it's like, well, this reminds me of that thing that Trump sort of did by a pageant that he owned. Destroyed. You were caught on the hypocrisy. It's over. Now. You are saying you want men to beat up women. What a fantastic debate tactic.
So as a dishonest person, you can just bring up some random Snapple fact to your opponent, and if they don't know it, the audience will perceive them as stupid. You might even convince your opponent.
You got Dean withered. Withered, just like my penis when I see a woman. My penis is only fully erect when I see another man. Got him, destroyed, it's over.
It's not an effective tactic in a live debate, especially that's the reason that Dean has brought this story up about Trump in the locker room instead of sticking to the topic about trans women in sports.
And people are always like this. It's so fucking hilarious. It's like, okay, so I don't want men to be beating up my daughters. But do you support an old purple person walking into a locker room? That happens sometimes and stuff.
Now, in the next part, Dean is...
Would you support a man that was friends with another man that was a pedophile? No. Trump was friends with Epstein. Destroyed. Now you must vote for the party that wants to beat up women. Got him. Got him. Dude, what are we even doing? Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, it's crazy.
He's going to play a clip of Trump talking about locker rooms, but the way he does it is really confusing and abrupt. For context, he plays a 2005 clip of Donald Trump talking to Howard Stern about beauty pageants, and to make it less confusing, I'm going to use a different cut of this moment, but I will play the exact words that Dean plays, and then cut back to him talking and abusing the caller.
To think about the content a little bit later on.
I mean, some of these foreign girls, meet the Trump, country, you say hello to the government.
Well, you could also say as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that.
Well, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else, and no men are anywhere, and I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm respecting it. I'm respecting, I want to make sure that is everyone okay? There was no question. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women, and so I sort of get away with it. So the non-national response would be at this point to say that you're no longer a Trump supporter, because immediately before I rolled that tape, you said that you would never support anybody that did this. You would never vote for
You said it to me, I contradicted you, and now you must vote for the party that is supporting men and women. Got him. Sacral vagina inspector Trump over here. You said that in 2005, and therefore you must die.
to be the president, even if it was Trump. I'm putting my money on you. Are you no longer...
Alright, so probably the most frustrating part of listening to Dean is that you have to literally everything he says because he's always leaving out important context or just straight up lying. Though before we get into that, I will note that Dean caters to a younger demographic, so they likely don't understand the environment of the Howard Stern show because he is before their time.
True.
The show is supposed to be offensive, so Trump may be playing it up for the listeners. In fact, there is still an episode of the Stern show with Trump.
Also, he never claims that it was the children either, which is another important thing. He's
Damn it.
a pedophile. Just to be clear, they are calling him a pedophile here. That is what they are alleging. So I don't know. I think it's important. As someone with an anxiety pen, I think he should definitely try his best to be as on top of things as he can.
Up on YouTube, and you can see Howard pushing Trump to be edgy.
Stern, I mean, look, I don't think it's a nice thing to do personally. I definitely don't. In fact, I would go as far as to say I don't like a lot of Trump's personal life choices over the course of his life. Abso-fucking-lutely. I think it's weird as fuck. Thing, absolutely. Your children. No other option.
Gotta get them before they scream.
Voting for the party that wants men in locker rooms with your daughters. So realistically, that's just life. I can't believe that adult straight women that are professionally showing their bodies.
They're
powerful man in the room with them when they get ready to prepare themselves for showing their bodies. This is truly diabolical.
Stern does that every
their tactics are the same. Their political tactics are the same.
That being said, there is so much context
Even to the point where they use Antifa as brown shirts.
Headcanon. The logic that they use, because I've heard this debate so many times, the logic that they use is Trump said he walked backstage on pageants before, and Trump also had child pageants, so therefore he might have been a pedophile looking at children. Got him destroyed. It's over.
This clip. Trump owned a pageant for adults and I'm guessing that Trump is talking about the pageant for adults because no one outside of maybe Andrew Tate would be stupid enough to voluntarily admit an inappropriate relationship with a minor.
Dean Withers truly is the master debater.
While being interviewed. He's also assuming that Trump didn't have to enter the locker room.
Fuck.
I think everyone here can picture in their head a situation where a bunch of young adults would be perfectly fine with their being Trump owned Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen. This allegation from Dean happened at a Miss Teen USA event in 1997. So basically 30 years ago, and the articles I found on it were 20 years after the event, so I'm sure everyone's memory is crystal clear.
Probably.
These are just nobody has any concrete evidence that Trump did anything illegal. This article here says that the girl's chaperones for the pageant were injured, and states that the chaperones would have never allowed anything inappropriate to have happened. Trump. None of the witness testimony said they were actually undressed.
So he's making up allegations from no actual. No one even made these allegations. It's a podcast joke out of context where you don't know the context. No women saying anything like this happened, but you are standing on this. That this means you should be voting for the party that wants your daughters to be beaten up. Like, what are we even doing, guys? Like, the bad on levels of bad faith.
They merely said they were rushed to get dressed when they were told he was visiting. So this is not Trump creeping on 17-year-olds like Dean said. I mean, you could argue that maybe there's a more appropriate place for Trump to meet with contestants, but considering that this is a beauty pageant,
I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's such a nice. I don't think it's like a super nice thing to do. I'm not gonna like defend the action of going into women's locker rooms because hey, you own the place. I don't think it's a very nice thing to do. This is something that happened 30 years ago, and realistically, absolutely, if you want to vote for Trump, in the locker rooms, you vote for Trump. Obviously, the other party wants to put men in women's locker rooms. Like, absolutely. This is not debunking the claim at all. You are just trying to him on some sort of hypocrisy to destroy his worldview. Like, it is insane. He just doesn't want to actually raise the core issue that is penises in women's locker rooms.
Imagine that a significant amount of the time that the girls
And
aren't on
wait.
stage,
I
don't know that much about pageants, but I can imagine that this area.
Time out. This Dean Withers kid. This Dean Withers kid is talking about Trump going into a changing room with girls and how that was wrong and how terrible Trump was for that, but he wants to put men in women's locker rooms. He wants to do the exact same thing. So it, like, oh my God, this is how stupid they are.
A lot of the time might be the most convenient place for a.
All right, the Dean Withers kid just did the whole thing about Trump being in the changing room during the pageant, during the beauty pageant. And the guy that was calling in to say that he didn't want men in changing rooms. Well, Dean is trying to defend trans men in sports, but he's calling Trump a piece of shit for being in the changing room with women. If Trump is a piece of shit for doing it, so is every trans woman, right? That's the logic that we should be following from what he's saying.
Busy person to quickly meet everybody, and provided that they were all dressed, other adults were there, and proper boundaries were maintained, I don't see this as a problem. As for the adult pageants, we have a testimony.
See, they don't even live by their own logic. They're basically making it up as they go along.
She was an adult. Alright, so an adult was half naked and Trump came in, and they are calling him a pedophile rapist for this. Alright.
Watching Trump storm into a dressing room was shocking.
To have the owner come waltzing in.
And she says this 30 years later on CNN when Trump is running for president. Remember, she didn't care about this before Trump was running for president. But now that Trump is running for president, now she's...
Yeah, that violence that comes from the testosterone that his male body produces.
Controversial. This is definitely going to ruin your life.
You probably should have reminded them that. If it happens again and they start getting hostile like that, remind them. You know that aggression is coming from the testosterone that your male body produces.
When we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him, give him attention. Who do you think he's him? The pageant.
Notice how they said 18. So at the very least, that's another strike against Dean for the pedo allegation. I mean, based on Dean's extreme lack of kind of sounds like defamation.
They all got sued by Trump, and Trump won all those lawsuits. CBS denied Trump, they called him a rapist, and he sued them for defamation. He won.
As for what Tasha said, it sounds inappropriate for Trump to enter a locker room while women are changing. However, Trump has denied these allegations, so now it's he said, she said, and considering that this happened 15 years prior to that interview, and there seems to be no proof outside of taking someone's word for it, and no other witnesses made their names public to corroborate Tasha's story, I'm going to say that Trump is innocent until proven guilty.
Damn! You, like any person could do every single time, it turns out. Ooh, so Dean Weaver's full of shit, confirmed, but he uses it anyway as a dishonest debate tactic to call someone a hypocrite in order to win a debate about why he doesn't want his daughters to get abused in locker rooms. Oopsie poopsie.
False allegations happen a lot with rich people and public figures, and the reason we have legal standards is to prevent abusers from witch hunting everyone they don't like.
Completely true.
Tasha claims.
Think about how easy it would have been for Democrats to put Trump in jail if he was a pedophile. Like, I think of this every single time. If Trump was a pedophile, you don't think the Democrats would have gotten his man in jail? They tried to hit him for fucking everything under the sun, bro. Like, dude, they found, like, his ex-girlfriend from 30 years earlier to sue him for this shit. Like, they tried. Fucking... Hey, it didn't work! It's been in jail for 700 years! Okay? Stop, they failed, bro. They tried to kill him!
Her allegations weren't politically motivated, but I find that very hard to believe because she appears to have made them a month before the 2016 election.
Every time. Every fucking time. It's like the woman that was abused 20 years ago remembered now, while Trump is running for president, that now is the time to go on the television and attack him. Yep, of course. Very opportune sexual assault allegation.
So I don't think she's being honest about that. Now, to go on a slight tangent because it's relevant, I know that Trump is taking shit right now because he went on Truth Social and said the Epstein file no one believes. I know everyone's mad about that, and I'm not happy about it either, and like everyone else, I hope they do get released. Though more importantly, this video is not really about Trump, it's about Dean, and Dean just so happens to be talking about Trump here because he talks about Trump in like every video. I mean, this guy uses MAGA in his titles more than people used to use the word woke before Fox News anchors made that term permanent. So understand that anything I say here is not an endorsement of Republicans not keeping their promise to release the list. It's to talk about Dean's constant use of bad faith tactics, and since Trump is basically the only thing that Dean seems to talk about, we're going to talk about Trump. Anyway, as the debate goes on, instead of actually engaging with the ideas of his opposition about trans women in sports,
yeah, I came from the... I'm Generation X.
Is there anything that Trump could do? Any red line that would make you regret your vote? I want an answer to my question.
We're the generation that invented punk.
That would make you regret your vote. What if you committed a genocide?
Decided to let everybody else live in their own fucked up little world. We'll create our own.
Oh yeah, well, Israel Palestine literally got him so over. Oh my god. Wow. Israel Palestine cooked. There's no genocide. Okay, we could stop playing this fucking game. Okay, stop it. They dropped 85,000 bombs. 85,000 tons of bombs. Okay? 85,000 tons of bombs. And they killed 60,000 people. Which is a tragedy, don't get me wrong. Okay? But that's not a genocide. Okay? And no normal person thinks it is a genocide. Okay? I'll be real. Tragedy that a lot of innocent people are dying? Yes. Come on, dude. What are we fucking talking about? That's one. Okay? And two, the second point, you do realize that this shit was happening under Biden, right? You do realize this was literally happening under Biden, okay? Like, you realize the level of retardation we're dealing with? So this is Israel retaliating against a terrorist organization that attacked them, that still has hostages, that could still literally end the war today if they wanted. Alright, that's one. Alright, and two, it happened under Biden. Okay, your argument is retarded and also not even remotely related to women getting abused in locker rooms. Like, do you understand the hurdles of bad faith you need to jump through for something like this?
He bombed and killed 1 million people. Would you still support him?
New Age punk is about selling albums.
But also, let me remind you, the British...
It's Disney punk. It's pop punk. It's about selling albums.
Let's not forget.
It's about selling clothes. It's about...
That a good thing. Also, Obama dropped 26,000
It's... Punk was dead the day Hot Topic opened.
But would you regret your vote if tomorrow he dropped a bomb and killed 1 million people?
I guess it depends why he did that. If they attacked America, not super against it. I mean, they started a war. They get fucked. It's their problem.
When I was a punk, I bought all my clothes either
Hasn't done that. And
Also, this didn't happen.
either at the
also, this is
Salvel, the Salvation Army, or at the skate shop.
And it ended up killing 1 million people in Russia.
There wasn't punk stores.
I think that's valid as fuck. Like, obviously, there's
It became commercialized. It became a cartoon. It
I don't want my daughters to get abused in a locker room. Oh yeah, well, what if Trump killed 1 million Asians?
Punk was never about fashion. Punk was nonconformity. Punk was about, I don't want to live in the world my parents created. I would rather live in my own world. I'd rather create my own world. That's what punk was. Like all the old punk bands, they're not on Capitol Record or stuff like that. They all made their own record labels just so that they could produce their music the way they wanted to. There's a do-it-yourself attitude that goes along with punk.
Okay, well, Obama hasn't said that he literally can't be in a constitution, but obviously I would, yeah.
I'm guessing
Obama dropped 26,000 bombs.
God damn it, it crashed again.
You want to know another interesting statistic that's going to blow your mind? Israel's combatant to civilian ratio in Gaza is better than Obama's civilian to combatant ratio when he dropped 26,000 bombs in the Middle East. Okay? Do you realize how insane that is? Like, what are we doing? But what if Obama was a vampire? Oh yeah, would you still vote for him? What if he was a vampire, guy?
Dean didn't know this because he got into politics like 5 minutes ago. But Obama was infamous for promising to end the Iraq War that Bush started, followed by taking his sweet-ass time to do that. I hate President Bush too, by the way. So Obama continued that war and ordered tons of drone strikes that had a really bad habit of killing civilians.
26,000 drone strikes, by the way.
And then he goes and jokes about it in a...
And dude, just look at this one. All right, this one drone strike on Yemen killed 55 people, including 21 children. All right? These stats are literally worse than Israel's. Literally.
Beach.
The Jonas brothers are here. Sasha and Malia are huge fans, but boys don't get any ideas. I have 2 words for you. Predator drones.
Oh my god.
You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
I love how these people are like,
shit.
You must
Alright, I gotta get up for a second and
followed by not really addressing
start my coffee. I'll be back in a minute.
They're politicians, guys. They all know that stuff. I think the only criticism that I heard Dean give Obama is that he wasn't far enough on the left. Meanwhile, if Trump Street...
Of course! Because the radical leftists are all retarded!
Ow! God damn it.
Charity, well, then he's basically the devil. The debate continues with the caller talking about how he only wants a politician who addresses his personal concerns.
I don't care about y'all, you, or anybody else. I care about mine, my circle, and my household. If he does something to somebody else, I have a question.
You want to vote for someone that will impact your personal life, right? I think that's pretty important. Right? You vote for someone that will impact your personal life. He doesn't want his daughters raped and walking around. That's why he's voting for Trump.
I have a question. If Donald Trump re-legalized slavery in America,
that would affect them personally! Why are we doing this?
Didn't it personally impact you or your family, or anybody that you personally know, enslaved 5 million African Americans in this
situation?
Why are we doing this? Why are we like this? Oh my god, he's so retarded. What if Donald Trump literally blew up Namek? Okay, what if he literally did that? Okay, so in a hypothetical universe where the Dragon Balls exist, okay, what if he killed Namek in that universe specifically? Like, what if Trump decided to invade Wakanda to steal their vibranium? All right, have you considered this?
And somebody need to pull together so we can turn it around.
Would you have regretted your vote?
My vote is about my kids.
So he could literally re-implement slavery, and you still would have stood behind your vote for him.
If it impacts my children,
it didn't impact your children.
That's what I'm saying. If it doesn't impact any in my family, then no.
I mean, that was a terrible way for
that's fucking crazy. All right, man, that's crazy. That is an insane response, but still not the point. Like, why don't you contend with the actual discussion?
Caller to frame that, but in general, people only vote for things that directly benefit them or their group, and they don't really care about anyone else, even when they claim they are voting out of compassion for others.
What if Trump raped your mom? All right. What if he did that? What if Trump literally murdered your baby? Okay, literally, Trump murdered your baby. Would you vote for him? No. Okay, got him. It's over. Trump's bad. Destroyed. The hypocrisy there.
Those tend to be the most selfish types of people. This also applies to Dean, as I can assure you that he does not care about Democrats who are trying to effectively reinstate slavery through illegal aliens, because it personally benefits his career to promote the idea of breaking U.S. law to cross the border. I think I've heard enough leftists basically make the without the slaves who will hit the cotton market.
No, you said it wrong, brother. You said it wrong. It's without the immigrants who will pick the cotton. Who will we employ for criminally unfair wages to take jobs from white people if we don't have immigrants? So sad. Hold on. Hang on. Who will clean the toilets? Who will wipe our asses?
Argument in my lifetime to see that if it was 1860, you could easily convince at least most of Dean's target audience to be pro-slavery. But I guess the more valuable point here is that—
Dude, Dean's target audience are propaganda pigs, okay? They don't fucking care. You think they care about the stance? They're just coded to think Trump bad, so therefore they're literally just gonna go on the Trump bad side of the force.
All right.
They don't fucking think. They're not people that think. They're virtue signaling.
10 minutes and
They don't care.
Dean is so bad at
10 minutes and 34 or 43 seconds. I have to get up and get a cup of coffee. And I gotta fix my fucking camera again.
Would you regret your vote for Trump if Donald Trump systemically slaughtered every black person?
Because I already
Oh my fucking god, what are we doing?
told you it's not about Trump. I just told you that. It could be anybody. I don't vote for him for anything else. That's it. I don't. According to what you played, the audio you played.
And I love when he does like these fake shocked expressions. Like,
it sounds like
what if dragons were real and Trump grabbed a dragon by the pussy? Would this change your vote?
He's a horrible dude. But if you get Trump out of office right now, the next person get in, no matter who it is.
And he kicked him out.
So that guy was an actual psychopath to the fullest extent of what that word means. That was completely, just absolutely deranged.
Look at his face, bro. Oh my god, he just got fucking owned. He just got beaten in a debate. Bro, you managed to lose a debate to a guy that would vote for Trump if he would systematically slaughter black people. Okay? You got owned by that guy. All right? The soy reaction from this dude is diabolical. You just got beaten in the marketplace of ideas by a guy that would literally vote for Hitler. You didn't even get to the locker room discussion.
We all agree that people like that shouldn't be able to vote.
I like how
that person shouldn't be allowed to vote. Let's take democracy away from those people, but not the retard cokehead fentanyl zombies. They should
No,
shut
well,
off the caller's mic right before he was about to say that politicians in general have done a lot of evil things.
No.
And if you take one out, his
the thing is there'll never be another Led Zeppelin. There'll never be another Beatles. I mean,
the more reasonable part of his take, and then call him a psycho.
there'll never be another Nirvana, another Foo Fighters.
Go
It's,
on a TikTok live stream, you get people into the call, you debate them for 2 minutes.
I mean, the next thing is going to be the next thing.
They're extremely similar sentiments to your caller.
I would say the closest thing to punk now would be the gangster rap, or that mumble rap that people do on SoundCloud. It's you're going out there and you're producing your music yourself.
It's like, dude, Biden was the president.
Well, it's kind of like live streaming. I'm not going out there trying to get a job on somebody else's channel. I'm out here doing it myself. There's a whole do-it-yourself behind it.
Why are we playing these games? Why he brought up you should call into Dean's show? That means I need to be
It's hard to say that there'd never be a punk band because bands get in there and they start doing what the industry tells them to do.
Bad after falling for the trap. He's really just
And in order to be a punk, you can't do what people tell you to do.
Everything he can to take the caller out of context.
You have to do what you want to do.
And says the caller is a psycho at the end. Well, as stated in Rules for Radicals.
But wait a second. Why aren't white people, like white
Dead Kennedys wrote a song called California Uber Alice about fascism coming under liberalism. They wrote that song in 1979.
As a professional, without using bad faith tactics, he can't even defeat an unprepared, low-information caller who admittedly is a single-issue voter. That is pathetic. But again, Dean, are you sure that violence is a route that you want to go down? Remind me which party is responsible for effectively all the political violence.
The left, every time.
Like, how many people on the left?
Right, the leftists are all kill men, burn Teslas, attack cops, attack ICE, light cars on fire. That's the left. The left is the violent party in America. They are literally the actual terrorist supporters. They're fucking chanting for Hamas. Like, bro, they're chanting for the people that are murdering and starving their own people. All right, like you have to realize the level of audience capture, virtue signal, grip, insanity is going on. Like, it's crazy.
The left has said to kill white people or Jews, or have said things that are disgustingly racist for the purpose of justifying.
Bro, yeah, giving money to Carmelo Anthony, bro.
Jewish is not an ethnicity. This constructed ethnicity. This demonic ethnicity.
Also note that this guy, Mike from...
That's Mike from PA. One of the largest leftist streamers on Twitch, baby. Yeah, he's so tolerant. It's so good at it. He's so tolerant.
PA. DMCA the Reddit archive of this to cover up what was said.
Copyrighted Reddit. Absolute cinema.
And what about Destiny saying that Trump and his supporters should be killed? Well, I mean, a lot of the left is saying that these days. Taylor Lorenz made a whole thing.
I'm so happy he brought this up. This is fucking crazy.
Of it. In fact, speaking of Taylor, she and Hassan Piker did a talk where he openly encouraged.
Yeah, he said someone's got to do it.
Terrorism.
Driving, I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like this is his last term.
Oh,
so I think that people are a lot more radical now. This is a time, it's an unprecedented time, and you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video when you talked about someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. Which is, I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential.
I talked about this. I would have gone a bit deeper, but yeah, I talked about this already in previous videos. It's fucking insane. Someone's got to do it. That someone needs to go kill Trump. It's fucking insanity.
A revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact.
Man, get your girl to look at you the way Taylor looks at Hassan. Imagine that powerful.
It's literally terrorists. It's terrorist supporters getting together and chilling out together. Actual terrorist supporters. Actual terrorist supporters are getting together, chilling together, and it's fucking insane. It's fucking crazy.
Also, why the hell has this guy not been arrested? Are they just gonna let him incite violence over and over again to a huge audience with no consequences?
Like, he's literally telling his audience of millions of people to go kill Trump. Like, I don't know why it's even remotely acceptable. I'm so happy more people are on the fuck Hassan train. Look, as someone that's been on the fuck Hassan needs to go to jail train from chapter 1, from the first stage, I'm really glad that other people are picking up.
I will say this though, because in the past, I used to be more kind towards people like Dean or people on the Hassan group chat.
Yes, and I infected everyone's minds. That's why terrorists should go to jail. Fuck these people, literally, I don't care. Stop, they are anti-American in every possible way. They hate America.
Personally, I still will give them credit for making good arguments, but I will try to counter-argue in good faith. I do that for the audience, and not out of respect for a person like Dean. However, I also now realize that a lot of people out there are just evil or demonic, and only use their words, emotions, or kind sentiments to deceive people.
Demons use words to trick humans.
He showed me this clip from Freerin. He said, can I include this?
You can't trust the thing they say. It's in their blood. They're descended from liars.
A very on-the-nose.
So he showed me that clip from Freerin, and he said to me, listen, I want to include this clip because it's very, like, poignant and very on topic, right? That deep fuck demons, right? He showed me that clip, and then he said, but I'm afraid people are going to think that I'm saying that, like, all black people are demons or something. Like, I'm afraid people are going to say that they are just genetically demonic, and and that's not what I mean, but I'm afraid people are going to take it that way, and I'm just like, fuck it, let it rip. And if they're mad, you get to farm the reaction. Yep. Yep.
Those metaphor from anime. Not to say that I include everyone I criticize in this category. For example, I think Ludwig deserves harsh criticism, but I also think he can...
Yeah, but Ludwig's a retard. I don't think he's like a terrorist supporter. I just think he's retarded. But most importantly, when it comes to Ludwig, there's one thing that I have to say. One thing that's important to mention whenever I can. All right. Let's up those numbers. Definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like. Let's up those numbers.
I've never thought that Ludwig is like Hassan, despite the fact that they are friends.
Ludwig is he's just a retard. He's just a retard.
Ludwig is more of a coward who makes stupid decisions than he is in Ludwig. But as for the others, I no longer believe they deserve the humanization and respect that I used to give them. As
people are waking up. People are coming to the Nux side of the force. He's a terrorist supporter that is telling his audience to kill the president. He needs to go to jail. Fuck him completely, utterly, literally, and abominably. Man needs to go to jail.
As they will only see that as a weakness that they can use against you. These people are evil, and the only thing they deserve is to be severely punished for what they've done. And when I include Dean in this category, it's not just how
It's funny, I wouldn't include Dean in this category, by the way. I don't think he needs to go to jail. I don't like him. I think he's bad faith. I think he's a pussy, and I think everyone thinks he's a pussy. I think he has no power because he's just a pussy. He's a pussy. Hassan is an actual terrorist. He actually wants people to go kill Jews and the president of the United States and any politician that he disagrees with. He literally wants to use draconian methods to actually kill them. He is a communist. He is subverting the United States. He is lying and radicalizing an audience of terrorist supporters, and he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail or be deported immediately. I think Dean is just a retard, bad faith bitch that no one actually respects. Which is why the left has no men. The left is out of men. They ran out of straight white men. Straight white men fucking don't give a shit about what the left has to say anymore. Because this is the modicum of personality on the left. A complete retard.
What I mean is that, like, just a couple of years ago, he was trying to pull an Andrew Tate hustle.
Yeah! I was so excited when I showed this. Dripping pussy, it's great.
University scam.
While you guys are at home sitting on your ass, I just took a private jet out to LA with $1 million in this wrinkled cash business in a duffel bag. A couple grand in the last. I'm about to go shop at Louis Vuitton. When I opened up the fridge order for my e-Bible, which were effectively every single way I've been able to live my dream life.
Yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah.
He was a fucking Andrew Tate drifter. That didn't work out. He became mega woke.
People are really going to believe a 17-year-old is a multi-millionaire real estate mogul or whatever who has advice that's worth paying for. Look, he's even copying Andrew Tate's posing, and he tried to Chris-fan people too. The crypto part is explained in this next clip that is the courtesy of this YouTube video by Remnant777 that
I linked in that YouTube video.
Very much does not have enough views on it.
The university through highly specific skills such as influencer management and advanced cryptocurrency trading.
By the way, for some reason, all this stuff is still online even though it's 3 years old. You can go to this telegram here and fact check it yourself.
Yep.
However, when all this Andrew Tate scam artist stuff didn't work
It's
for
still
him,
on the internet.
Dean moved into politics because there's a ton of money in politics if you want to lie to people professionally. Just ask Nancy Pelosi. And a lot of Dean's videos seem to go like the one where he's arguing about locker rooms. He starts the conversation off semi-politely, goes completely off topic, and then tries to accuse the opponent of being the devil, which brings us to one of Dean's latest dramas. Now, the full context of...
It's every time, though. It's every time. Someone will say, I don't want my daughter to get raped, and he'll be like, you would vote for Trump even if he would kill black people? Oh my god.
This, I believe, is lost because Dean memory hold it after the backlash. But he and the caller appear to be talking about Trump's ownership of the Miss Teen USA pageants and his appearance in the locker room that I spoke about earlier. Now, just as a reminder, as far as I'm aware, no degenerate behavior occurred at the teen pageants, and since Dean has not provided any counter-evidence in these clips,
no
they're
evidence.
basically slander.
I agree, by the way. I don't think, if I was Trump, okay, if I was Trump, I would want to clear my name, alright? And I would sue every person that called him a pedophile. Every single person that called Trump a pedophile should get sued. And just see how far it goes. Yeah, thousands of people. Massive fucking lawsuit. Every single one. Just bully the shit out of it. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what I have to say.
You're gonna tell me that the parents of the teenagers aren't there either? I mean, I wouldn't send my kid to a pageant by themselves.
Do you think that a parent can consent to a teenager being poked on by an old man?
This is literally his only talking point, that Trump allegedly went to pageants that he owned, and he's claiming that there were children with no evidence? Like, this is crazy.
The whole point of a beauty pageant is people looking at teenagers glammed up, dude. I don't know what else to tell you. I think they're weird in the first place. You're glorifying young women and children in the first place.
I mean, true, he's right. I think that beauty pageants for kids is weird as fuck.
I think beauty pageants for minors should be outlawed, or at the very least, certain parts of them should be.
You're a father of a young daughter. You think you have the right...
you.
Is that a young son?
Yes.
Do you think that you have the right, as the father of that son, to consent to having older people take pictures of your son while your son is naked?
If I was dumb enough to send my kid in, it's no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men looking at your son while he's naked?
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think
That's
that
my
you have the
responsibility to
right?
follow.
Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
Again, he's trying so hard to get him to admit to something creepy. Like he's trying so hard to get him to admit to something even similar to creepy. He just said he wouldn't do it. All right. Now the person he's talking to is just some random dude that called in. All right. But he's trying so hard to get him to say, I am the parent. I get to decide what my kid does, and he wants to twist that into saying, oh, you're literally pimping out your child for sex. And it's like, what? This is a totally other thing.
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent, and I wouldn't.
And then he does like this fake shocked expression to basically flame this guy as a pedophile.
Kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird.
And the fake hand cupped to his mouth. Oh my God! He said that my children don't have a choice. That you can literally pimp your children out for sex. Literally never said. He does his best shocked Pikachu expression, and then he basically flames the guy as a pedophile.
First place.
I'm not sure where Dean is going with this. For one, children don't have the right to legally consent to anything.
I mean, I know where he's going with it. He's trying to say that I have the right to decide what my kid does, and he's trying to twist that into, therefore, you think that people can agree for their children to become whores. Wow, crazy.
Which is why good parenting is important. Second, Dean is acting like a 65-year-old who is not the parent, has never changed a child's diaper before.
Yeah, that was the argument that I made every single time. Every single time. Can you ask someone to change your kid's diaper, or is that pedophilia? It's fucking normal, and every single person does it. Okay? Like, why are we doing this? And even if you are the parent, your child didn't consent for you to see them naked when you change their diaper. Oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Like, dude, why are we acting like this? You are a child with no life experience that's out here calling people pedophiles and shit. Okay? You suck. You suck. You have no life. And this is why no one looks up to you. Everyone thinks you're a loser. Except for some thirsty e-girls.
Or he's acting like parents don't give a child without clothes on to or that naked baby pictures aren't a thing that people commonly consent to.
Yeah, first of all, I think baby pictures are kind of weird. Naked baby pictures, they're weird as fuck. But people are all rapists, okay?
It really depends on the context of the situation. And the context in this case is that Trump met a bunch of fully dressed teenagers in front of their parents, which is something that I can imagine that basically everyone's okay with.
Yeah.
I really don't like how people like Dean are trying to make everything pedophilia. Oh my God, this guy.
Yeah, no, that's Dean Withers. That's the modern left. Everyone I don't like's a pedophile. Now, the irony is they support the terrorists that are pedophiles. That's the funniest part. Everyone's a pedophile. That's the Hassan move, right? Hassan calls everyone a pedophile. And then he goes out and supports actual pedophiles.
This guy's attracted to a fully grown adult. What a creep. Or how dare Chris Evans be in a relationship with a woman in her 20s?
Oh.
So after this moment that he farmed out of the collar, Dean decides to do a thumbnail pose of his extreme shock for like 30 seconds, and then he does this.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, this is hard.
I think that
I
you
saw
don't
this clip.
deserve to have any custodial rights of your child.
I, a 19-year-old big boy with no life experience, have decided, based on my complete wisdom and authority, that you do not deserve that of your child, and therefore doxing you, swatting you, calling Child Protective Services, and honestly killing you. I will get my audience to do their absolute best to find you and kill you, because you are a rapist pedophile. Because I decided to. Yep, that's what I have to say.
So, for those watching,
By the way, I don't think anyone should ever forget he did this. I think there should be a black mark over his career for the rest of his life. I don't think he should ever outlive this, ever. Literally ever. In my opinion. You are weaponizing your audience to dox and try to get someone's children taken from them for no reason. I don't think this should ever be forgotten. You are the most despicable, abhorrent piece of shit out there. Alright? In my opinion. This is absolutely unforgivable.
handle is Goatman91096.
And why are you trying to dox people, dude? That's weird.
I want to find who you are so I can call CPS and I can take your child away from you.
Oh, I'm sure you would like to try to do that.
Yes, I would. So
They would never even do it. That's the best part.
Okay.
Because I would take the part, and I have a witness sitting here who's heard me say I would never put my child in that situation.
Okay, so what's your name?
This is why I have no problems with comparing people like Dean to a demon from a popular fantasy series. He's literally evil. He's going to
No, it literally is evil. Like, you're trying to ruin the kid's life now. You're trying to ruin that father and that child's life, because you, a 19-year-old kid who has no experience in anything, feels like you have the moral authority to ruin people's lives for no reason. Yes, absolutely. Your moral compass is fucked up. You have no moral compass, I would even go as far as to say. You're having some sort of political disagreement about trans people in women's locker rooms or whatever, and you want to take this person's kids away. I really honestly think these people suck. They really do. And they are...
I'm logging off for a bit.
generation of retards.